Hello everybody, how are you doing today? My name's Aquilla Fleetwood, and I haven't been too good, but I'm back to being well now. I've been sick. Anyway, I can talk some now, so I'm going to go over a Paleo-Chinese word picture with you here, and it's called blessed. Now remember, Paleo-Chinese is much in similar ways with Paleo-Hebrew. Paleo-Hebrew is both pictographic in nature and phonetic, while Paleo-Chinese is strictly pictographic, and it's not trying to give you any particular type of vowel sounds at all, where Paleo-Hebrew is. And most of our English language goes from the Paleo to the Greek to the Roman to English. So that's why God made Paleo-Hebrew pictographic, and there's a lot of evidences that it came from God. And one of them, of course, is this cross that we find in this Paleo-Chinese word for blessed. And God certainly blesses us. Now, before I go over this in Chinese, let me read to you Psalms chapter 1, verse 1. And there's more scriptures in this particular verse, and I'm sure you well know. Blessed is a man who walks not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor stands in the path of sinners, nor sits in the seat of the scornful. Okay. Verse 2, but his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law he meditates day and night. Okay. So, that ties into what the Paleo-Chinese we're talking about. It is believed that Paleo-Chinese goes back around 2500 BC, shortly after the Tower of Babel, when all the languages were mixed. And of course, being a Christian, we believe in the Tower of Babel. Now, about the 5th and 6th century, Confucianism, Taoism, Buddhism came along. But from about the 6th century BC on up to 2500 BC, guessing that that's accurate, what scholars think, the Chinese were monotheist. They believed in a god named Shangdi, which had all the attributes that Jehovah or Yahweh had. And it's no doubt talking about the same God because of how it patterns just after what it says in the Bible. It's just that the languages had been babbled, they've been changed up, and the way they said it was Shangdi, where he was called Jehovah, he was called Yahweh, we call him God. But let's look at this pictograph for blessed in Chinese, and this is all going to tell us something. And I think it's showing some good points here. Now, this symbol here is a symbol for God. You're starting up from, this is the bottom of the earth. You're going upwards into the heavens. Here's the firmament, a symbol of a firmament right here. And above the firmament, there's life. There's movement. Well, we know that there's life out there. It's called where heaven is, and it's outside of our realm. And that's where God is. It's referred to as the third heaven. As Paul said, he was caught up into the third heaven. The first heaven, the atmosphere would be here, is where the birds would fly and the clouds would float. Then the second heaven would be where the moon and the stars are. And the third heaven would be up here where God is. He's in the third heaven. So, this is basically a symbol of God going upward, and he's above the firmament. Okay. And with one mouth, this is a symbol of a mouth, in a garden. This is like a top view in drafting. You're looking down. In drafting, you'd have a front view, a side view, and a top view. I took drafting in high school and really liked it. And this is like you're looking down. And there's the sign of the cross in the garden. Now we know that this cross is a Paleo-Hebrew letter Taw. And it's shaped just like a cross. And it means a sign. There's another shape of it which is shaped like an X. But all means a sign. Tau, T-A-U. In Greek, it became more of a capital T. And of course, it worked its way down to English. And naturally, it became what? It became our English letter T. Okay, so when the ancient Chinese decided to write this word for blessed or blessing, they thought of God with one mouth in a garden. Because it started off in the garden, everything was fine. There were no thorns, no thistles. You know, everything was provided for man. But once man sinned, of course, we know the story about Cain killing his brother Abel. Of course, God put a mark on Cain, so we know what that mark is now. Put a cross on him because it means mark. Tau means mark, seal, sign, or covenant. So after man sinned, well, this garden wasn't so blessed anymore. It was that blessing was taken away from it. By the sweat of man's brow, man had to work. You know, through much pain, women bore children. You know, until that seed would come, that which was Christ. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God. And here we see that sign of the cross of Jesus Christ here in the garden in Paleo-Chinese. This is a very interesting Paleo-Chinese word picture. Anyway, I hope you like it. You all have a good day.